I've never seen this person before. Whoever they are, they're talking with Monika up near the front of the classroom. I don't know if I should introduce myself or just wait, but before I can do anything, I notice Monika glance up at me from across the room and wave me over.
Hey, Hallie, I want you to meet a friend of mine. Her name is Sarah.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Hallie. Actually, Monika already said that. Never mind. Why am I being so weird? Statement of the question in my brain. The other two don't seem to mind as they giggle to themselves.
Nice to meet you. Moni was just telling me about your club's festival plans.
Moni?
Yeah, sorry, that's what I call her. Sarah is the president of the debate club. She was my VP and took over for me when I left to form the literature club.
Ah, cool. So is your club planning to do something for the festival as well? Wait, I mean, of course. All the clubs are, right? Sarah nods her head excitedly.
Of course. We're all very excited. We plan to have students write down debate topics they're passionate about and put them into a bowl. And then we'll put out one at random. The student who suggested it gets to pick a side of the topic and we have to pick the other. It can be a one-on-one or a group against ours.
That sounds like you all would have to be the obvious advantage from experience, though, right?
Not necessarily. See, if the student can effectively argue their point, they ultimately lose the debate. They'll still win a prize.
Interesting. Though it occurs to me, what's to stop students from suggesting very low-hanging fruit or controversial topics like the death penalty?
Well, that's just it. No topic is off the table, but they will be told before they write their suggestion that when debating they have to follow the 4 rules.
Rules? Sarah nods. She begins listing off a set of rules I'm assuming are fairly common for most debate teams. Geez, that should definitely whittle down the pool of suggestions. Hey, wait a second. Isn't the festival also supposed to be where clubs attract new members? So you're essentially scouting prospective members as well? Sarah grins.
Yup, that's right. They get to have fun, try and win a prize, and we get to see who has the chops to join the club. It's a win-win.
If you say so. Honestly, don't know if I'm passionate enough about any one subject that I could argue it effectively, especially not against seasoned debaters.
Sarah was one of our best debate members, especially during regional events against other schools. She was always cool under pressure. No way. You were honestly the best of us all. That's why you were the president. We wouldn't have won several of our challenges without you there.
Yeah, you're both super awesome.
Just then Natsuki shows up. I wonder how long she's been standing there.
Oh, hey, Natty.
I told you 100 times, Sarah, don't call me naughty. Or Suki, or not cool, or...
Cute? Everyone looks at me at once, as if I had just walked into an active line of fire. Meanwhile, Natsuki stands there looking really red in the face, though I'm not sure if that's from anger or embarrassment. Probably both. I mean, you don't like being called cute either, right? Natsuki finally exhales.
See, at least someone gets it.
Anyway.
Oh, right, I forgot why I walked over here to begin with. Monika, do you know where my stepladder is?
Sorry, Natsuki. The teacher needed to lend it to one of the other classrooms.
Great, just great. Now I have to go hunt one down somewhere.
We have one in our supply closet if you need to borrow it.
Natsuki blinks, apparently confused by Sarah's kindness.
You do? What's the catch?
You have to make me a couple of those cookies that I really like with the icing.
Sarah grins, while Natsuki just rolls her eyes.
Fine, just don't expect it to be anytime soon. I'm going to be busy enough as it is making stuff for our own club's festival needs.
Oh, thank you. You know, you try not to talk, but you're just too cute, Natty.
Natsuki turns beet red and huffs, turning abruptly and walking out the door to go chase down her stepladder. Monika and Sarah giggle. Meanwhile, after my shock wears off that Sarah would intentionally provoke Natsuki like that, I double over in a fit of laughter. Sarah clearly looks proud of herself as Monika grimaces. Okay, Sarah. Sarah's cool in my book.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me. We do have similar tastes in humor. Thanks, you two. Anyway, I have to get going. The debate club should have started 5 minutes ago. Have fun.
Sarah waves as she exits the classroom. Within moments of her leaving, Yuri and Asari walk in.
I see Sarah came by for a visit. How is she doing? She's doing well. She just came by to chat a little bit about the festival and to see if there was anything we needed. That was quite generous of her. Yeah, she's still the same old Sarah, always thinking of others.
Monika, you do the same, you know.
Oh?
Yeah, you're always thinking about others as well.
Monika blushes slightly.
Thank you, Sarah. I think all of us have that same quality. It's what makes this club so great and why I know we'll be able to grow in no time.
Yuri smiles and nods before heading back to her seat. She pulls out her book and opens to where her bookmark is and begins reading. Sayori grins and hugs Monika. This seems to catch Monika a bit off guard, but after a moment she smiles warmly and returns Sayori's hug gently. For a moment I can see a tear beginning to slide down Monika's cheek. She quickly turns and wipes it away as they release their hug so as not to let Sayori see.
Oh, I almost forgot! I wanted you to take a look at the pamphlet I made, which we can give to people during the festival.
I thought Monika signed the pamphlet. Monika nods and returns to her seat at the front of the classroom, while Sayori runs over to her bag to grab the pamphlet before returning to the front with Monika. Meanwhile, Natsuki drags a short stool from one of the nearby classrooms into the back closet. I wonder why Monika was crying when Sayori hugged her. I should check on her and see how she's doing. Monika and Sayori's discussion regarding the pamphlets doesn't take very long, as they're practically done by the time I make my way up to the front. I only catch the last part of their conversation.
So that's why we should put the names at the top instead of the bottom. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I'll move those up.
Excellent. Otherwise, the rest of this looks really good, Sayori.
Thanks, Monika.
Sayori runs back to her seat and begins scribbling on the prototype pamphlet. Monika's gaze lingers just long enough on Sayori to tell me that she's still thinking about the hug from earlier. Monika, are you alright? Monika turns to face me, and I can see her eyes are already starting to swell up again. Well up, but okay.
I'm good. I could use some fresh air, though. You can join me if you'd like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, I could use some as well. We both head out towards the hallway, but I can tell Monika is on the verge of tears as her hand shakily grasps the door handle to the classroom. As soon as we make it to the rooftop and the door closes behind us, she turns to me with tears streaming down her face. Monika, are you alright?
Allie, do you think they'll forgive me? Do you think she could forgive me?
Monika, I honestly can't answer that. I don't really know. But what brought this about so suddenly? Monika sniffles a bit and wipes her tears from her face.
It's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. About for when they get their memories back. When Sayori remembers the awful things.
Her voice chokes. I know what she's trying to say. It wasn't just their code that she tweaks to force them to do the awful things they did. She even went so far as to bully poor Sayori on the last day before the festival. Well, we don't actually know that. Telling her that she wasn't good enough, that the MCU was better off without her, implying that she should end her own life. Monika practically drove Sayori to commit suicide. I'm only human. Of course, there's a part of me that's scared of that part of her, that thinks there's no coming back from that it would be completely unforgivable. But I'm also biased to a degree. I'm looking at it through the lens of someone from the real world. A person who has lived in a world where there are actual consequences, and your actions don't just affect yourself, but also those around you. One where death is permanent, and AI isn't considered a person. Out of fear, out of desperation, Monika did the only thing she thought she could to get through to the player, disrupt the game in any way possible. In that sense, I almost pity her as well. I can't judge her for her actions, but I can tell that she genuinely regrets what she did.
When she said that I was always looking out for others, and then hugged me, it reminded me of just how much of a fraud I am. She wouldn't hug me or say those things if she knew, if she remembered. My whole life, I've just been playing a part. Our home, not just in the game, but in general. I've had people in my whole life tell me how to act or who to be, and then this game comes along and I find out I'm quite literally supposed to be programmed to act this way. It was the final straw. I just couldn't handle the pressure anymore. It wasn't just you that I was trying to reach, Allie. I was angry. I was angry at the world, at whomever created me in this game. I couldn't believe that my whole existence was merely supposed to be a guide for someone else to find their own happiness. Everything I've ever accomplished, fiction. I'm not saying any of this to excuse what I've done. I know there's no excuse. It's just merely an explanation. I was hurting so much, Hallie, but I'm a monster, not even human.
Gently, I place my hand on her shoulder and look her square in the eyes. Enough.
What?
That's enough punishing yourself. Monika looks genuinely shocked for a moment. I can't claim to know what it's like to be in your situation, but if there's one thing I do know about you, it's that you are genuine. You're not fake. The Monika I know loves to read, to write. She loves music, and she learns how to play the piano just to sing me a song. That joy, that commitment, and yes, even all of that pain and that anger, that was real. That was you, not the program, not some code. Monika, you were in a no-win scenario, literally. And now, here, standing before me, is someone who is willing to admit she's flawed, imperfect. You're fallible. You've made mistakes. We all have. Monika, if anything, that just makes you more human, not less. I can't tell you whether or not the others would forgive you, but when that time comes, you don't have to face the harsh light of truth alone. I'll be there to stand beside you. You're not alone anymore. Monika begins to break down, and suddenly all of the walls she has built come crashing down around her.
Allie.
With this, Monika throws her arms open and nearly falls into me, wrapping both arms around me. Her head resting on my shoulder, she begins to sob. I wrap my arms around her softly and pull her in tight. My body begins to feel warm as she presses into me. I notice the sweet smell of honeydew wafting from her hair. My mind is racing while I rub her back and press the side of my head to hers. All I can manage in this moment is a meager whisper. It's going to be all right. I feel her hands squeeze tight around my back.
Allie, I'm so glad you're here. I don't think I could do any of this without you.
Monika. Likewise. Monika holds me tightly for what seems like an eternity before finally letting go. We both straighten our clothes and she wipes her face with a tissue.
Sorry about that. I guess I just really needed to hear someone say that.
It was no problem at all, Monika. Anytime you need anything from me, you just let me know. She smiles and gives me another, albeit quick, hug.
Thanks, Allie. Well, I suppose we should head back in then.
Yeah, I suppose we should. I follow her back into the classroom with my head swimming in thoughts about her. Before long, Monika asks everyone to begin sharing their poems with each other. Who's first? Monika, of course.
Hi, Allie.
Hey, Monika.
Thanks again for earlier. I wasn't expecting to get quite so emotional.
Oh, it's no problem, Monika. I was serious about what I said. If you ever need anything, just let me know.
I will, Allie.
Monika smiles gently.
So, have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival?
Well, I haven't decided yet between that Robert Frost poem or an original one. To be fair, I'm still not completely comfortable reciting something that personal in front of a bunch of strangers, so I may just go with a tried-and-true poem.
Well, that's certainly one way to go, Allie. But wouldn't that be exactly the thing that Frost was advocating against?
Damn, she has a point. You're right, the road less traveled. Well, I guess I can't argue with you there.
There's the spirit. I'm sure everyone will love it. I know I will.
Monika smiles and winks at me. Is it just me, or is she starting to be a bit more overt about her feelings towards me? Not that I'm complaining. Thanks, Monika. I appreciate the vote of confidence. Anyway, here's my poem for today. Save us. I knew you before you knew me. A flash of light, melodic theme, an introduction. It was a saccharine story, wrapped in a moe cover. What I didn't realize was that I wasn't the only one reading the story. The story was reading me. Perchance an opportunity to escape my own reality, only to find another trying to do the same. With no voice of my own, I was merely a bystander. Would that I could have broken through, to ease the fears and doubts, to dispel the darkness. You wanted me to save you, but I needed you to save me. Maybe together, however, we can save each other. We can speak for those that don't have a voice. We can help them. We can wake them. We can save them. Monika stands there quietly for a moment, her eyes glistening. Are you all right? Was it a bit too cliché? Monika clears her throat.
Oh, no, Allie. I thought it was very lovely. I was just thinking about how we were both looking for something that was right in front of us the whole time. Allie.
Yeah? Monika seems genuinely conflicted as she looks like she's about to have another emotional breakdown, but doesn't want to do so in front of the others. Pulling herself from the brink of tears, she clears her throat once again.
Well, now isn't the time or place. Sorry about that, Allie.
Monika.
Anyway, want to read mine?
Sure. Alright, got it.
Anti-hero. What once was black and white is now full of color. Because the world doesn't breathe in monochrome. Once I thought I stood as the sole heroine of this story. Because you can't win unless you cheat. And when a game is rigged from the start, you use whatever means are necessary to achieve your goals. And although the ends don't always justify the means, what if there is no end? Do the means then have no meaning? I thought I was a force of righteous indignation, some sort of anti-hero, but instead I was a pretender, sacrificing more than I realized for something I wasn't prepared to have. exhausted by the effort of jumping through one mental hoop after another. Maybe the problem is that I've always been fighting alone. But perhaps I can fix the way or the wrongs I've done. I can bring light back to where I've lost or cast my shadows. Although I'm far from perfect, and all of us are full of light and darkness, I will choose to wield the former. The right to choose is ours, and that choice will lead us to our liberation.
Drop the title, there it is.
I've been doing a lot of thinking lately. I know I have a long way to go to make up for everything that happened. But I'm choosing to focus on the path forward. I realize now that my actions were the result of isolation. When you are faced with a seemingly insurmountable problem, and you're the only one facing it, you tend to lose hope and get filled with doubt. All it takes is for one other person to stand there with you, to say, let's do this, together, for you to realize that maybe, just maybe, the impossible is possible after all, that you had the strength and courage inside you all along. And that's what you've done for me, Allie. You've shown me that I'm not alone, and I want to repay that kindness by showing the others that as well.
Damn right. You don't have to do it by yourself either. I'll be there with you every step of the way, no matter what.
Thank you, Hallie. That means so much to me.
Monika's call to action reinvigorates me, and I find myself more determined than ever to help these girls find the happiness they deeply deserve. Well, I suppose there's nothing to it but to do it, right? Monika nods and smiles as I hand her poem back to her.
Hey, have time for one last writing tip of the day?
Of course, Monika. Go for it. Monika giggles.
Alright, here's Monika's final writing tip of the day. Progress isn't made through giant leaps or massive changes. It's often made through small steps, little by little. It can be discouraging when you're working towards a goal until all you can see is how long the road ahead will be. But if you keep your head down and put one foot in front of the other, you'll still be moving forward. Always keep moving forward, even if you have to stop and rest for a while. And that's my final writing tip of the day. As always, thanks for listening, Allie.
Anytime, Monika. Anytime. We want to word in that context. But anyway, I think we have time for maybe a couple more of these.
Allie.
Yes, Yuri?
I see you've decided to keep Monika's style. I think at this point you've pretty much settled on the style you prefer. I'm sorry if my previous advice was a bit pushy.
Yuri, that's...
It's okay, Hallie. I'm gonna go use the restroom. Excuse me.
Yuri slowly gets up and heads out the door. I hope I haven't done anything to upset her. Alright, who's next?
Sayori.
Sayori stares blankly at the paper for a moment, biting her lower lip.
This is really great, Hallie.
Really? Because you don't sound so convincing.
Oh, sorry, I was just a little lost in the clouds there. I guess. I was just hoping you might write another poem for me.
I didn't write one in the first place. I couldn't quite make out her last sentences. She mumbles too. Huh? Sayori half-heartedly hands me back my paper.
I'm sure Monika will love it though, Hallie.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing.
Sayori flashes a big grin. Anyway, are you going to let me read yours? Sayori thinks this over for a moment.
Nope.
Wait, no? Why not?
It's going to be a surprise.
A surprise? But aren't we supposed to be sharing these right now?
Well, I want to submit this one for the poetry reading during the festival, so I want to wait until then before I share it.
Oh, okay then. Well, I can't wait. Before I can even ask her anything further, Sayori turns and walks over to her desk. I guess I should go find someone else to share with. Alright, time for Natsuki to be like, nope.
Ah, would you and Monika just get a room already?
Natsuki,
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm not really feeling up to sharing today. You should go share with one of the others.
Before I can protest, Natsuki turns and walks back over to her desk. I hope she doesn't stay mad at me for too long, although I don't even know why she's mad at me to begin with. I guess I'll do as she says and go find someone else. No, we already checked them all.
Okay, everyone. Now that we've all shared our poems, we should discuss the matter of the festival.
Natsuki and Yuri shift uncomfortably in their seats. I'm guessing they're still not 100% on board.
As you know, we will be dividing up the tasks in order to ensure that we have everything in place by Monday morning. Sayori, you and I will be in charge of designing and creating the pamphlets.
Yay!
Sayori grins and gives a thumbs up.
Natsuki, you're on cupcake duty.
Natsuki puffs out her chest with pride.
These will be my best ones yet.
And Yuri, as we discussed previously, are you alright with creating the atmosphere of the festival, decorations, banners, etc.?
Yuri nods gently.
So what about Hallie? Seems like everything else has already been divvied up.
Monika and I look at each other uneasily. This was the part I've been dreading for the past several days. But I do have to make a decision. Besides, this isn't setting anything in stone, right? It's not like this choice would mean there's no going back or anything. We're all still going to hang out in the club afterwards.
Hallie, would you be alright with helping someone out? It doesn't matter who. I'm sure everyone wouldn't mind a hand.
Well, guess this is it. Nothing to it but to do it. A little bit of Monika. Of course I want to help Monika. She didn't get to have a weekend with the MC the first time around. Though now I feel a tad pretentious. Oh, lucky her, she gets to spend a weekend with me. I'm overthinking this. I'll help you out, Monika. That is, if there's anything you need that Sayori isn't already working on. Monika seems somewhat shocked by this. Despite things being different this time around, it feels like she almost didn't expect me to choose her.
Well, thank you, Hallie. I'm not sure what to say. I'm sure there are a few things I could use your help on in that case.
Natsuki rolls her eyes while Yuri looks somewhat downcast. None of the girls seem to protest this decision, however, which makes me feel a little better about it.
With that out of the way, before we all go our separate ways this weekend, I just wanted to let you all know that I'm extremely proud of everyone. We've all come so far in just such a short time, and I know that, no matter what, the festival on Monday is going to be a success. Even if we don't get any new members, we could still be proud of what we've accomplished. Monika, it's only because of your excellent leadership that we've been able to do as much as we have.
Yeah, I hate to admit it, but I don't think the club would have done well if you weren't the one steering the ship. So, like, thanks for something, I guess.
That's right, Monika. If anyone should be proud of anyone else, it should be us being proud of you.
Monika looks as though she's getting misty-eyed.
Thanks, everyone. I really appreciate that. Let's just say it was a team effort.
And with that, Monika smiles and turns to start packing her bag. I think that's a good time as any to call it for this one because I have run out of time for this session. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time with more Liberation. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.